behind 24/7 Moms, who, like you, is discovering ways to not only survive, but thrive during our family lockdown. How are you doing? Each night at our dinner table, my oldest son typically asks a positive question to everyone, such as, what was good about your day today? What fun did you do? Did you accomplish something you wanted to accomplish? It really helps our meal times to refocus away from all the chaos that seems to be going on around us during this virus outbreak. How about in your home? What's the culture like right now? Go ahead and comment and leave me and tell me how you guys are doing, what challenges you're facing, what positives that you have found during this time while you're at home on lockdown. Maybe you're not quite on lockdown yet, but you've put your family on self-quarantine. We live in the state of Washington, so we're on lockdown. We're not supposed to leave our homes except for the essentials, groceries, medication, a doctor's appointment. Otherwise, we're to remain home right now. So it's a whole new world for us. So how in your home can you find ways to create positive conversations, especially around the dinner table? As moms, we're the ones that create that culture. So how can you do that? How about try using questions? In our home, like I said, my oldest, he likes to ask these questions, and he's not home all the time because he's married and they usually live in another country. But right now, while he's home, he's been doing that. Other times, we have used these, and these are conversation starters, and you can get these on Amazon. This particular brand is called Table Topics. And so there's all kinds of questions in here that my kids love when I bring it out. Not really, but then they get into it once I start asking the questions. We use this other one called Family Talk. I got this one from Amazon as well. So you can use different questions to get your kids going. I know back in my MOPS days when I was involved in mothers or preschoolers, we made little jars and we filled them with all kinds of questions. So try asking questions. Another one is jokes. My kids, when they were little, loved jokes. When our son Caleb was in the 5th grade, his teacher always put a joke on the chalkboard every morning. So Caleb would come home every night and share that joke with us. And on our website, 247moms.com, you can type in the word table talk up in the search bar, and it will bring you a bunch of different boxes, and you can click them, and it will give you a question and a joke for once a night. So every night you can click a different box and you can get a new question to ask and a new joke to tell to your kids. So kids love jokes. It brings laughter to the table. How about just telling stories? Like my husband loves to say to everybody, tell me a story from today. Actually, if you're a guest at our table, he's probably going to make you go first and tell a story. You can tell a story from the day, a story from the week, when you were growing up. He loves people to tell stories. So we are always telling our kids, tell us a story. And you can even tell your kids, like, tell me a story of something that happened when you were 5 or 6, or you can just choose any kind of question to go along with that story. Or talk about goals. What are some things you want to accomplish right now while you're at home? So just get that conversation going at your dinner table. Refocus away from all the negative that's going on right now around us, all the news that we're hearing, and just get our family focused back on creating a positive culture in our home, okay? Because during these days, families may be feeling a little uncertain, out of control, maybe even a little afraid or fearful. And you as a mom can create a peaceful, secure atmosphere in your home by changing that culture. And it especially can help at mealtime. So mealtimes is the perfect time and opportunity to begin creating that atmosphere of just positive things, of what brings us joy, what's happy. All those kinds of things can happen at your dinner table. So tonight at dinner, think about right now, what can you do to change your dinner time atmosphere tonight with your family? Currently in our home, we have 10 humans roaming our hallways. Yep, I'm a mom of 5, and 2 of them are married, both those couples typically live out of the country, but during this virus are home right now in the United States. Along with, we added another teenager to our home. So that makes 10 of us. 10 of us consuming food in this home can get a little bit crazy, right? So how am I managing not only the atmosphere in my home, but how am I managing the consuming food that's going on in our home? So I want to share with you today 5 simple steps to meal planning that I use and have done and have really helped us during this time. Plus we added in kind of a little new extra thing as well. And so my 5 steps are, the first one is make a list. Not only is my family consuming dinner time, but right now with everybody home, it means breakfast and lunch. That kitchen out there, it is going nonstop. The dishwashers are going. Fortunately, when we built our home 20 years ago, I put 2 dishwashers in. So our dishwashers are just going all the time. The food is just going in and out of the refrigerator as fast as I can put it in, it's going back out. So my very first step to that is make a list of all the meals your family likes. So list out all the dinners that they'll eat, and then all the breakfast ideas and all the lunch ideas and even snack ideas. And when you're doing the breakfast, lunch, and even snack ideas, make sure there are things that either the people in your house can create and make themselves, or they're simple ones if you're still with kids ages that you need to create their food for them and prepare it for them, that it's simple for you, that you're making it easy. Don't make elaborate breakfasts and lunch menus, okay? We're gonna stick to dinner only being a little more elaborate. So you're gonna make your list, make all the items that your family loves for dinner, the things that you can have for breakfast and for lunch and snacks. So you've made your list. The next thing is we're gonna plan. And how we're gonna do that is, first, wait, I went back up. On the making a list, I also am going to post today links to get these for you. I created meal ideas of things that you can already have on hand. Ideas that you can have all the food already on hand. It's easy. It doesn't expire quickly or whatever. So all the ingredients of these. And then I made shopping lists for that as well. So I'll post this for you today. These are kind of like those emergency meal plans or quarantine meal plans that you might need. So we're gonna do that. So the second step is planning, and I created these new family plan sheets, and this is out of my own need, right? Okay, so I made 2 different versions, and I'll explain those to you. One, this is the family meal plan, and this is a place for you to put breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then this little box here is the food to use this week. Meaning, once I plan out my meals, I'm going to write out all what we're having for dinner, the side dishes, the main course, and then breakfast. This one is Monday through, this is all the days of the week. So all the days of the week are listed here. This one is ideas. So if you just want to do the breakfast ideas, so you can post this someplace in your house and your family can just see all the ideas for breakfast that they can have and all ideas for lunch that they can have and all the snack ideas they can have. And then dinner's the only one that you're planning Monday through Sunday. I guess you're planning all week right now. So this way your family can help themselves. If your kids are still where you're preparing it, maybe you want to actually meal plan each of the meals for them. Okay, so you want a meal plan and you want to fill this out. Then after meal planning, you're going to inventory. While you're inventorying, you're going to notice things in the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry that need to be eaten up this week. So you want to write those in this little box here so you don't forget about them. Like, is there a watermelon sitting in your refrigerator? Like mine, there was a watermelon and I almost forgot about it. Also, grapes were out in my refrigerator because we have a refrigerator in our garage too. So sometimes I don't see all those foods and it gets forgotten. So I list those over here, and that's why I say I just created these now so that I could keep up on this and not have food expiring on me. So I know what needs to be eaten up this week so people can have that for leftovers, they can have it for snacks, they can have it for breakfast, whatever where it fits in the food that's being left over. So if there's things that need to be eaten up, you're keeping track of them here. So it's no more wasting, right? I don't want to see the leftover chili going in the garbage because we didn't eat it for 2 weeks. I want to see it over here so it's an idea for my family to eat as well. So this is to help you have no more waste, help you have a planned out meal as well. The next thing is, after we've planned it, we've come up with ideas, we've planned it, now we need to inventory what do we have in our house already, the ingredients, okay? So you're gonna go through, and if you're making, let's say chili, you're gonna see, do you have the hamburger, do you have the onions, do you have the chili seasoning, do you have the peppers, do you have the tomato sauce, whatever you put in your chili, and you're gonna see if you have it. If you don't have it, you're gonna add it to your shopping list, and you're gonna create your shopping list. So after you inventory, next step is shopping list. You're gonna create your shopping list, and what all the items that you're going to need, you're going to list them out and get ready to do that. Now, maybe you like to make your shopping list on your phone, on your grocery store app, on your computer, wherever you like to do that, make your shopping list. Then the last step, you're going to go grocery shopping. Now, we're on lockdown, so maybe the best way for us to go on grocery shopping is to go online, order my groceries, and I can have them either delivered or I can pick them up curbside, right? So you make your choice, whether you're gonna do curbside pickup, you're gonna have them delivered, or you're gonna go actually roam the aisles of your grocery store and pick up your own groceries. But so the first step was make a list, then we're gonna plan, then we're gonna inventory it, and then we're gonna create our shopping list, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to grocery shop and get those groceries back in our house, right? Okay, so before I close out today, I wanted to tell you something that I came across, and that was some great ideas, or not ideas, on hints, I guess you should say, on fresh vegetables and fruit, especially during this time of quarantine, or better known as family lockdown in our house. How do I make my fresh vegetables and fruit go longer? I learned some tips today that I had no idea about. Okay, first one is apples. We always put our apples on the counter in a big bowl. Now you'd think, living in Washington, where most of the apples from around the world come from is from Washington, I would know this. They last longer in the refrigerator. They only last a few days in the bowl. That's why my apples aren't quite as crisp as when I first buy them the first couple of days. So keep your apples in the refrigerator, preferably in the crisper drawer if you can, because they last longer. Avocados. Obviously, if you come home and they're hard and they're not ripe, you want to ripen them faster, you can put them in a bag or leave them on your counter. But once they're ripe, if you want them to last a little longer, throw them in the refrigerator as well, and they will last a few days longer by being kind of preserving that already ripeness in them. So that's for avocados. Bananas. Keep your bananas fresh by wrapping plastic around the stem. So the very stem, the top part, wrap plastic around it, just the plastic cling wrap around it, and that will keep your bananas fresh. You can either keep them still all bunched together, or you can separate them out and do that as well. Broccoli. Raw broccoli does its best in a airflow, like in a, where it can get some air flowing through, and a little bit of a water, like damp area. So the best way is to put damp paper towels around it and then store it in your refrigerator in an open container so that it gets a little bit of air as well. Okay, berries. This one's a little weird. And I've known this one, but always wasn't sure I wanted to try it. And that is, you wash your berries in vinegar, then put them in the refrigerator, you know, either wrapped in paper towels or in a container with paper towels on the bottom of it, and then put your berries on top of it. No, it won't taste like vinegar, especially because before you're going to eat them, you're going to rinse them again, and that should take all the vinegar taste away. But that makes your berries not mold and makes them last longer. Okay, citrus fruit, another one that I didn't think of. And that is not to leave those out on the counter. Again, I put them in my fruit basket, and there's my all my little mandarin oranges, and then my regular oranges are sitting in our pantry in the box I bought them in at Costco. They last longer in the refrigerator. Fortunately, my family eats fruit and vegetables so fast that some of these things I've been okay on. But if I need to buy extras and we're trying to kind of store up some while we're on this quarantine time, these are some of the hints I'm using. Okay, cucumbers. I did not know this, but did you know that if you store your cucumbers on the counter, they will not go soft like they do so quickly in the refrigerator? They're actually meant to be stored on your counter. So store those out on your counter and put the oranges in the refrigerator, right? Okay, leafy greens. Wash those, dry them well, and then wrap them in paper towels as well, and store them in an open, not a sealed, but an open bag. Again, mistake I've been making. I've been cutting up my lettuce, washing it, rinsing it, drying it, and throwing it in a closed bag, and then it goes bad quickly. So I'm going to try using the open bag method as well. Okay, I got a couple more for you. Onions. Onions do not store in sunlight. Always store those in dark, cool, ventilated space. Do not store them near your potatoes, like Ma was doing. I store them in my pantry, in bags, right next to each other, and they keep going bad quickly. That is why. They say to store your potatoes are also best stored in cool, dark spaces, but not under 50 degrees. And because otherwise the starch becomes really sugary, do not store them with your onions. They will both go bad quickly, like I said, so make sure you do that. The last one I have for you is tomatoes. Tomatoes should also be stored like cucumbers out on your countertop. But if you have an overabundance of them, you can keep them in the refrigerator. They say to bring them back to room temperature so that they get their flavor. So they're more flavorful when they're stored at room temperature. So you can keep them in the refrigerator, but they taste better if you leave them on your counter. Okay, those are all my fruit and vegetable hints for you. I hope that those helped you. I hope that talking about meal planning and getting your food organized and ready as you're on lockdown like we are, or your family is trying to be more isolated right now during this virus outbreak in our country. I hope these tips helped you. Also, don't forget, you create the culture at your dinner table, and just really try tonight maybe to try asking questions or use some jokes or have your kids tell stories. Play a game after dinner. Create that atmosphere to be peaceful in your home and bring joy to your kids. I will post the links later on today for these printables that I talked about. So if you're interested in some of these fun printables that I have created for you and for me to use, I will post this for you as well. I will see you tomorrow right here at 8:30 a.m. for another episode of Mommin Daily. Be sure to invite your mom friends, because we know during this time we're all feeling a little bit isolated. Reach out to a mom friend, invite her to join in with you. You can comment, you can talk to her through the comments, and have just a 10, 15, 20-minute time together tomorrow morning. So we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Talk to you soon.